April 21st. A broad springtime long-wave trough influences the eastern half of the US today, with a frontal boundary extending from the lower Great Lakes through the Ohio and Tennessee valleys into the central Gulf Coast. The primary operational focus is a corridor of showers and embedded thunderstorms along and ahead of this boundary, producing periodic convective bursts, MVFR, to IFR ceilings and localized wind shear, with the highest disruption risk from East Texas through Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, and into Georgia and the Western Carolinas, impacting Memphis, Birmingham, Atlanta, and Charlotte, with reroutes, holding, and intermittent arrival metering. North of the boundary, the Ohio Valley into the lower Great Lakes, including Chicago, Indianapolis, and Cleveland, remains in a cooler stratiform regime with widespread low ceilings, light to moderate precipitation, and a non-zero icing concern in the mid-level cloud deck, where overrunning and ascent support supercooled layers. Behind the front, Central Plains airports including Wichita, Kansas City, and into the Missouri Valley are improving but under a tightening pressure gradient with gusty west to northwest winds and low-level mechanical turbulence expected, especially near boundary layer mixing zones and terrain influences east of the Rockies. In the western U.S., a broad Pacific ridge maintains generally stable conditions across California, with VFR prevailing at Los Angeles, San Diego, and the Bay Area, though a persistent marine layer will drive morning IFR to MVFR ceilings along coastal terminals and through gaps such as the Monterey Bay and LA Basin, before gradual daytime lifting inland. Across the Intermountain West and Rockies, northwest flow aloft supports scattered mountain snow showers and localized icing potential in higher terrain from Colorado into Utah and Wyoming, with Denver and Salt Lake City seeing occasional terrain turbulence and performance impacts on climb and descent paths. The Northeast, including Boston, New York, and Philadelphia, sits in a post-trough environment with variable ceilings, lingering coastal moisture, and intermittent MVFR conditions that may complicate sequencing at major hubs as onshore flow interacts with the coastal plain and terrain channels. Overall, the pattern is a classic spring baroclinic setup with a sharpening frontal zone, convective activity focused in the warm sector, stratiform precipitation north of the boundary, and improving but gusty conditions behind the system across the plains, requiring attention to convective avoidance, icing layers in the transition zone, and turbulence both near the jet core and within boundary layer mixing regions.